Welcome to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, where world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs come to deeply awaken the power within to bring forth their greatest purpose, to create massive awakened impact for millions of souls around the planet, while enjoying being in tune with all life and real wealth in all aspects of their lives. I'm your host, Daniel John Hanneman.
And welcome. I'm so glad to be here with you. Another rockin' time with you. We're going to be talking about poisons that stop your world-changing business and how to clear them. So, as your host today and feature presentation, sit down, get your popcorn out if you want. If you're into popcorn or kale chips or whatever you like. So, but settle in, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you. All right. So, what I want to share with you is what are the things that I find in working with those that already have established world changing businesses but want to expand, or even those that haven't even started them yet, and what keeps them from getting them off the ground or even willing to actually even step into what's there already. So, what are these poisons? Of course, I was meditating as the word poison came to me. And I think if we look at poisons as something that saps your energy, it saps your confidence, saps yours, the life force that could be behind doing your great work in the world. That's the sort of thing we're talking about here. Um, what's holding it back, what's stopping it? Often we call them shadows and blocks and all that sort of thing, um, but also there are those things that seem like outer things that are stopping us as well, whether it's relationships in our lives or the current conditions in the world or what have you. So let's get into some of what I see that goes on for you world changers that want to, be spiritual rock stars and do your big thing in the world. So there are so many different ones. So we'll just go ahead and share about some of them today, of course. So one of them is definitely has to do with wanting to keep things safe, wanting to keep things smaller. So even people who are telling me, no, I'm ready to succeed. I'm ready to make big money, or I'm ready to do that big impact, and I'm ready. Whatever. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm really ready. So people tell me they're ready. Often are still, still in a place where the bandwidth is really focused on a limited perspective of what they could be doing rather than a much farther expanded perspective of what could be happening and what they could be serving that really is in their soul. It's deep down inside them. It wants to emerge. So what what's that all about? Why do we cling to safety, and what does that look like, and what do we do about it? So I had a client recently, let's say, for example, who hasn't really had much of any clients yet, but was looking to build her business. So she worked with me. So she came to a VIP session with me, and as we were going through the process, I take people through of really letting it, really just being present, letting everything kind of just dropping in and settling in. What started to be revealed is not what she thought it might be, which was a more limited bandwidth and working with people on a strictly small one-to-one basis, but a vision, even a movement to serve many people, activate many people in her tribe at once. That was far beyond what she thought she was ready for, right? So And the reason why is because her her fear of being more visible and the sense of lack of safety around that was preventing her from allowing a bigger vision to come in. So this was this idea that I could be persecuted, this idea that what other people are going to think and say, and what energy they might throw at me, and even for many of the light leaders out there, at some level, a sense I could be killed or that sort of thing. It's all part of these poisons, and people that might say you're crazy. Who do you think you are? Trying to do such things, and all these things factor in. So we have to realize the safety doesn't lie in trying to cower and to hide, from sharing our brilliance. I had another client who shared that there was an energy showing up inside her that literally had her energetically had her like shielding herself. So she demonstrated to me like it's like I've got a shield up and I'm cowered down and to protect myself. And so these wounds, these past life energies, typically are going on that society or the powers that be in prevailing powers of the day are going to possibly object to what you want to do, and or just people that just don't like what you have to say. If you're going to be a truth teller, if you're going to be an amazing world-changing light leader, you are going to ruffle someone's feathers, if not a lot of people's feathers, so to speak. People aren't going to be happy all the time about it. And it's one of those things that we have to just realize that we are safe because, again, if you come back to your center, right in that column, the center of your being, for an example, just coming back into that column, reconnecting, you'll always know you're safe. You always know you're safe. And then it just so happens that most typically, if not always, as long as you're staying present and you're of the intent that, all is going well and that you're safe and protected with just the intent that you are and that your work is going to flourish. Just a simple intent, just simply being of the intent, consciously just even saying it to yourself once a day. I'm not one of those affirmation people that believe you have to necessarily, it's not one size fits all, that you need to do an affirmation night and day. But just even with an affirmation, you could just, I'm safe. I'm flourishing, sharing this in the world. This purpose I have is flourishing in the world. It goes beyond, your sense of the little you. It's beyond you. That's why it feels so strange at first, but it actually feels way more liberating, way more safe, way more life-giving than that little box that you hang on to. It is. It's as though as we give ourselves a little box, we look at the beggar archetype or whatever, like someone on the side of the road, living in a box when there's a whole wide world outside that if they chose, they could be experiencing that likely, in most cases would be far more satisfying. Of course, we could be content, we can namaste forever in a little box, right? And be like, I'm so grateful. The eternal is here. It's infinite space. It's all things. I have everything I need. It's all within anyway. So I don't need anything. I don't need to be with things in the world and all that sort of idea. And that's poison for your purpose too, because we really do. We have an impetus to share. Think about those of you that would say like, no, it's all about beingness and it doesn't matter what we do and all this sort of thing. Think about how ridiculous that sounds to you when you really, really, really consider that deeply, right? It doesn't make any sense. haven't come here to do nothing and just be. You just haven't. Now we've gotten out of balance. That's why I love us light leaders talking about, I just want to be in the energy. I just want to be in the connection, and then not have to be bothered to do much, or not, don't ask too much of me. Let me stay in my little box. But that does not actually allow you to flourish and blossom as a soul and really to progress. What does progressing mean? Progressing doesn't mean necessarily in the ways that our mind associates it with. I'll make money, I'll impact people's lives. That's part of it. That is part of what happens. But it's the energy, it's, I guess in a way it is a superficial level. It's that it's who you're becoming in the process, right? So it's who you're becoming in the process is what matters. So on a superficial level, it's that. At a deeper level, again, when you're listening to your soul and what it wants to share, there's an ache. There is a longing, a desire to love and to share. It may not be active all the time. It may be possible. There are times in our lives when we might be served to be on the mountaintop for a period of time. Okay, I'm not saying that doesn't happen. Everybody's path is a little bit different. But I'm saying, generally speaking, almost all of us have a longing. I would say all of us have a longing to serve in some kind of way. And there are some of us that have a big longing to serve in a more expanded way. That feels like our purpose. And there's room for everyone. Not everybody is, I don't believe everybody's meant to launch some big world changing mission and vision in the world. I don't necessarily think it's not because some people are worthy and some people aren't. I just don't think it's the design within the soul for everybody. I just don't feel that's true. I could be wrong, but I just don't believe that to be true. After doing thousands of energy scans and being with a lot of people over the years. So, but I feel it is for quite a few people, more people than, whoever it really calls to, it's for you. And if it truly calls for you, it's for you. And it's a lot of us. It's a lot of people. There's a lot more probably that it isn't for, but it's a lot of people. So it is for you. And it's the other question that comes, is it for me? And that's a poison. Like, oh, I don't know, who am I? It's not about who you are. It's what's within you, the seed that's been planted within you that wants to sprout, to share, to give, to participate in life, the unfoldment of your soul in the world, to do your thing in the world. What your thing is, what you're here to rock. So let go of the little box. Get embodied. Sometimes we get into a big vision, we get excited, and we use Christmas Day energy, excitement energy to try to create it alone, or we try to willpower it and all that stuff, and it only goes so far. It'll peter out. It won't fulfill your destiny. And if it does, if it does at all, it'll do it in a way that's not for the highest, and definitely won't be for your very highest good. Might be in some ways better than sitting on the sidelines, for sure. There'll be things you'll gain through that you wouldn't get from sitting on the sidelines. 100%, nothing's wasted. But you would have unnecessary suffering, and it wouldn't be the highest and greatest way to let it happen. That's what we talk about here, spiritual rock star. Ultimately, there's a way to get embodied, to allow that which is true to really become activated. It's already there, but there's a sense of letting it in, letting it be activated with your energetic being, your body. It's already in your soul, but it's not been activated within your energetic body. Given the goal signal, that the goal signal is not just even turned on. And so some of the poisons are the idea that, can I just ride it out? It's like, let me just take a nap until the car ride's over and we finally are there back in heaven, right? Let me know when we get there. It's like, and then you get there. So here's how it works, with lifetime to lifetime experiences. So we do the sleepy. Oh, let me just sleep it out. I don't want to participate. Like it was actual car ride. It's like the family's going to the Grand Canyon. We're going we're going up into I don't know, Yellowstone Park or whatever. All these different places. We're going to the Andes Mountains. We're going to I don't know, the Costa Rica. We're going to um, Hawaii. We're going to wherever. We're going to all these places. Every trip, you're just like, oh, I don't want to be bothered. Just let me just stay here. I'm in the infinite after all. Let me just kind of nap it out, meditate it out. I don't need to go participate. Um, it's all within me anyway. I already know what Hawaii is like. It's all within me. Um, yeah, I mean, you would miss all that, and so it sounds it helps you to realize how ridiculous it is when I say that, right? You wouldn't want to go to those places and just be like, no, I'll stay in the car. So you don't come here to earth with some longing and desire to interact and experience life and then just decide I'm not going to do it. Let me just or yeah, let me get to work. Let me get the laptop out, where we're here in Hawaii and work and not even go out and experience what I've come, what's right outside my door here it's already here. It's already here. It's here. It's the life I really want to experience, what I'm trusting. I'm not, I feel safe on my laptop, so I won't go out and take a look at Hawaii and explore everything that's here. It doesn't make any sense. Of course, you want to go out and explore. So put the laptop down. Know that there'll be a time to get back to such things, right? So it might show up as details in our purpose. Like, oh, there's details. Okay, I'm doing the big vision. I'm doing my speaking. I'm doing my books. I'm doing my groups. I'm doing my courses. I'm doing my teaching. We're developing the product. We're developing um, the mechanisms for this to happen. Um, Whatever it is, but then there's details, like, yeah, okay, I've got to just be in the car for a little while, like, and but like, and doing my laptop work or whatever. So there's a time and space for everything. But to be in Hawaii and never go out and experience it is ludicrous. I see our big vision, our big world changing vision and purpose in the world to be similar. It's like it's there. It's there all day long. It's there every single day of your life. And it's just saying, you know, well, I'm here. I don't know what you're up to, but what your deal is. I continue to go trying to dodge it by going this way and that way and the other way, and you just won't let it in. You won't let it in because you think that somehow you're not worthy to experience Hawaii. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's as ridiculous as that. It's that insane. It's that insane. Well, it has a lot more risk to it than it's financial risk. There's the risk of persecution. There's the risk of this and that. No, there isn't actually. Those are all. And this is the ultimate poison. Something bad could happen to me. This is the number one, probably the true poison, right? Something bad can happen to me. No, it can't. You're an eternal being. Nothing bad can happen to you. Your play toys are money, believe it or not. You're not going to starve. You're not going to not make it. Okay. You'll be provided for. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. You will make it. You will make it. No matter how tough it gets. If you're already in the midst of your world changing business, unfolding it, and you're going through some stuff right now, guess what? Hey, that's what happens sometimes. That's what usually happens for people. It doesn't always seem so easy all the time. There is a way to get in a current with life where you may not experience nearly as much of that. That's where, different practices and, doing our inner work and, getting energetic assistance from the higher realms, getting assistance from people like myself, or whatever assistance we need, that's what can make a big difference. It can actually accelerate everything for you and have you feel safety where your subconscious just keeps telling you you're unsafe. I can give you things to do to to transcend that, dropping hints here and things you can do, but sometimes it's persistent. It doesn't seem to want to let you go. And no matter how many tools you get, it seems like it doesn't want to clear. What I find when I'm working with people is, yeah, it still might come up, but because they've got someone there like myself, we move through it. We just move right through it. We clear the energy one way or the other. We move forward. We move forward. We get to go out and I don't know, I got out of the car and I was willing to look around a little bit, but then I ran back into the car. I'm like, no, it's okay. No, you need to see the whole island. You really need to see it. Come on. And eventually it happens. Eventually, increasingly, more and more trust, more and more sense of safety, more and more sense of, oh, I get it. Like it really is here already. And I can live from that energy and space that it's already here. It's only the idea something's missing. The idea that something's missing, therefore I have to go get it. That's what the illusion is. That's what the lie is. It's just not true. It's always here already. It's always here already. But me reaching millions of people and that's not here already. That's a lie. It's not here in time and space, but it's already here. It's already here energetically. It already lives inside of you. It's already happened. There is no ultimate reality. There's no time and space. We've all heard these things before. It already lives. It already lives inside you. It's already there. Just as though, you haven't gone to the big island, if you haven't gone to Maui yet, but you're in Hawaii, it doesn't mean Maui doesn't exist. It's not already there. It is there. You just haven't gone to visit yet. It's just the experience of time and space hasn't happened for you to experience it yet. That's all. It already exists. It's already there. Oh, I'm lacking. I'm not in Maui yet. Oh, it's there. It's there. You're not lacking anything. It's always there. The Maui you want to experience is always there. It's always there. The world-changing vision, the thing you've come here to do, it's always there. It's always there. It's always calling to you. Can it change? Can it alter? Some of the details, some of the specifics, some of the aspects of it may shift or change. That's possible, right? Versus what you imagine, but ultimately it's already whole and complete with all its details. And all the little details, are really kind of secondary. It's the energetic thrust of what it is what really matters, and letting that come into experience. So again, I'll use and I'll go to, jump to the past life analogy, because it's what we do through all our lifetimes. Oh my God, well, this is another opportunity to do the purpose. Well, let me be a soldier and go to war instead. All right, well, you don't have to do that. You could be doing other things. I don't know. It just feels right. Seems like it's part of my, okay. The next lifetime, it's like, I think I'll be a woman and I'll get married and have a nice family life. That's great. There's nothing wrong with it. But there's something calling in that life that you didn't, no, let me sit this one out, I'm waiting to get back to heaven, like the soldier, waiting to just get back to heaven, That's how the light leaders are. I'm just waiting to get back to heaven. I will do the war and everything. Okay. And then I'll go to heaven, right? And then it's the Crusades anyway. And so, I'm on the side of God, right? Now we get whatever, we get diluted. We get a bunch of concepts and ideas we get involved with. And we get back, we go up and, to heaven, it's kind of like some of these stories we've heard in other ways, but go up, oh, okay, great, I'm back. I get to stay, right? Because that's what what they were telling me is, it's a one-time thing. If I listen and I did the right things, I get to stay and then it's over with, right? Oh, yeah, no, you're not done yet. Back down. You go, no. You're all rebelling, right? Like, you're like, but as a soul, you've already agreed from the beginning to a whole big path. The whole big path. Can argue about if we even picked how many lifetimes and we're going to play this whole game. Okay, we get into that. But it's like, you're like, oh, what? And then we're down, then we're rebelling or like, oh, screw it, when are mom and dad gonna let me come back home? Like, I don't know. They want me to go out and take a look around and enjoy this planet and to do my big work in the world. And they want me to do work here. I mean, I'd just rather stay in bed, go back home. And so you toil away another lifetime doing whatever you're doing. And, it's not that it's all bad. You collect experiences, they're all so valuable and precious, whatever they are. Then you go back and it's like, I'm done now, right? Oh shit, you're not even close based on, no, not even close, not even close. This isn't what you came to experience. And like, this wasn't this isn't the main thing yet. You're not done yet. So back down you go. Yeah, oh my God, another one. And you just keep doing it, right? And then what happens in the progression of the soul is there certain lifetimes you're like, all right, I get it. All right. We'll start letting it happen. And then we're not quite there. So we become the shaman, priestess, or healer, or the leader, the queen, the king, whatever. And it's like, okay, got this thing, like, but there's some holding still, within your energy. You're not fulfilling your inner and outer purpose still. You're not awake. You're doing it in strange ways still, even though you're wielding some of that energy and power and fulfillment of what your soul wants to do in that lifetime. But it's still not, you're not done yet. It's like if you're in the oven, you're not done. Back you go back up to heaven. Well, I thought I did pretty well. What do you think? I mean, everybody said I was an outstanding human and did a lot of things, and I had a good lifetime. That was a good one. Are we done? Oh, we're not bad, but no, there's a lot more. Down you go again. And it feels like, I think this is why people rebel on life and create more poisons and more traps and just keep poisoning themselves and keep going back to sleep, because you're like, I'm being forced to do this. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to experience all these things. I'm not choosing this. I'm being forced. So I'm going to rebel. And so it goes. This is a real dynamic that we experience in a deeper way, and it's a perspective, at least, to help orient you. And absolute truth. I always say, who knows at the end of the day? I'm just telling you what it seems like after doing all these, tuning into so many souls and seeing their whole, seeing them as a seedling of a soul, and deciding to come into the world, and then having all these lifetimes. And what their soul's really desiring is to experience these varieties of experiences. And maybe we aren't ready yet. Maybe we want to mess around for a while, play around in this dimension, right? Maybe that's actually just part of the plan. Okay, I mean, absolutely. And yet, in this lifetime, it feels like, if you're listening to the show, you feel like you're getting close to being done with all these cycles. Like, feel it more. You're feeling it more increasingly true for you. And so you're like, whatever it is that I'm meant to embody or to let go of and to be and to do, hey, I surrender. I want to let it happen. I just want to let it happen. I just want to experience that finally. I want to experience the sweet fruits on the beach of Hawaii, and then I want to climb those mountains, and I want to drink from the rivers there that are so pure, or whatever, whatever the case may be. But I want to experience these things. I've been kind of, just kind of marginally, kind of getting involved in, full immersion experience this time, totally embodied. And right now, I'm going to totally embody, and I'm going to bring forth what I've come here to bring forth. And then it can happen. We start realizing it's not about getting something or making something happen. It's about what we're allowing to unfold through us, and therefore what we're allowing to unfold in the one interconnectedness of the oneness field, of the field of humanity, the planet, and beyond. That's what wanting to unfold in the field, if we just call it the field, right? So we just what's wanting to unfold here. Just what wants to unfold. It's not about getting, or it's really not even it is. I mean, I would say it's about receiving, but in a deeper way, it really isn't. It's just about what's wanting to unfold. What really wanting to unfold. So it can be helpful to talk about receiving and the importance of receiving, but at the same time, it's good orientation, but it's not really even that. It's just what wants to happen, what's wanting to unfold, what wants to wake up inside of me, what wants to come back home, within me here on earth. What am I meant to embrace? What am I meant to embrace that I keep running around it? Like, I'll embrace that, but only in this package, let me just take that one little piece of it, let me just do that. That feels okay and safe. And you got this whole big buffet of your purpose. You just keep saying, no, that's not for me. And deep down inside, you're like, you love to, but you're afraid. Maybe those other foods in the buffet table of my purpose are going to get me. Maybe those are the poisons, but the true poison is the idea that you could even be poisoned. I mean, there are two. I mean, when I talk about ultimate poisons, that's the ultimate poison. So we're pointing to a lot of things that are really the deeper issues. Where do blocks emanate from? Shadows and whatnot. It's just resisting what life wants to actually give it to us. Does it mean we don't work on clearing blocks and do shadow work? Probably not. I think those things are helpful, but and I help people with such things as well, until maybe it doesn't seem like that's for their highest intent. It all kind of depends. So everybody's got their own path, and the poisons, of course, are always the false beliefs. I mean, it's all the concepts, right there. That's what it is, right? It's always that. Those are the poisons, and it just shows up in different things. You're making certain choices. They say be full in, right? But you want to be in with your heart and soul, not just with willpower. You're in with your heart and soul, with your whole being. And I just find that, whether it's people are willing to let go 98% or 50% or 10%, there's some percentage of that unwinding and letting go into a great purpose that we just keep pulling back just that much. And it's that much that we're suffering. That's how much more suffering there is in the world, because the world reflects, again, how we're participating in the field. And it's okay. It's not, some, again, shame and guilt. Okay, that's not what the point is here. That's kind of the opposite, but it's just awakening. It's just awakening to what's happening here. So the poisons, to the world change vision is to say, well, let me just live out of ordinary life when that's not meant for you. I mean, let me just get a job. Let me just keep doing the jobs I've been doing. Let me just be a good husband. Let me just be a good wife. Isn't that valuable enough? That's so valuable. It's so important. Let me just be a good son or daughter. Let me just only do this. And it's beautiful for a period of time, right? To just be focused on such things. But we know there's more. We know there's more. We can feel and sense that it's undeniable. And so, or let me just have this multi-six-figure business, or let me just have this, wonderful multi-million-dollar business, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, the scope of it. But for you, it's still a little box for you versus living from the infinite, living from that eternal calling within the soul. That's saying, I just want to let go. I just want to let it unfold, whatever is wanting to unfold. Wide open heart, wide open mind, etc. So clearing the poisons is a practice of recognizing that I'm meant to be here. I'm meant to enjoy this entire experience here on earth. I'm meant to give and receive that which is most deep to me. And ultimately, really what it is just letting it happen, letting it unfold by letting go. And then we call it giving and receiving, but like we're just letting go into it. Knowing that the arms are eternal, just like we're little toddlers walking towards the parent, right? It's just there. It's like, come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. And we're trying to walk, and like we're scared, and it's like, you can do it. You got it. You're more than you realize. And then finally that day comes, and you take those steps, and it's like, yeah, there you go. There you go. You got it. You got it, so to speak. You're letting it happen now. You're starting to get it. You're starting to let go. Start to unwind the DNA strands, is one way we look at it, right? We're starting to open up our energy to experience more of the infinite that we are, and then letting our big, huge purpose unfold through us like an ocean wave, just naturally flowing. We're not making it happen, it's just naturally happening. But we're not trying to tighten down and try to control it and move it this way or that way, because we don't know if it's safe to just let it flow. But now we start to realize, yes, it's safe to walk. It's safe to ride the bike. And we're not going to just fall over. It's safe to swim. We're not going to drown in the pool. We're safe. We're safe. There's something that has me. That is the eternal. That is the infinite source, whatever we want to call it. It's got me. It's got me. And it's asking me to experience life. Experience life at my next level, whatever that means for me. I want to experience that. I'm ready to play full out. I'm ready to do that big purpose. I'm here to transform the education system, the healthcare system. I'm here to, bring humanity to wholeness and balance with the earth, and whatever it is. There's so many things. I want to help people awaken. I want to help people to know how magnificent they are. I want to know whatever your purpose is. And then the rest follows. The how. Oh, how am I? Where's my business plan? Where's the templates? That's another place. And if I just get a template, if I just get those 100 leads a week that they tell me I could get, by joining their program, man, that'll be easy. I don't have that wonderful, jet style life. How to get the lifestyle business going, right? There's nothing wrong. Again, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's only one level. It's one little level. And it's not the full splendor. It's just not the fullness. So I want to let go of the small boxes. Even I got a wonderful lifestyle business. I've had that. It's not the full splendor. I've been there, done that. That's not the full splendor. The full splendor is something far deeper, far greater than that. Far greater. So it's like the bait keeps being given to you, and it is poison for your world-changing vision and purpose. We can even strengthen through the poison. I mean, ultimately, we'll get there, so to speak. We'll arrive and where we've always been, but you get what I'm saying. Like, okay, you take it, all right, you did, but you don't need to. You just don't need to. You don't need to do that. You're just slowing things down for yourself. And then for others that you could be blessing their lives, they're looking for you. We're interconnected together collectively. Our collective purpose is wanting to unfold. We're collectively wanting to wake up. And that, of course, is always what it's all about. So I hope within everything I've said that there are orientations, clues, ways of letting it unfold. I'm big on meditation. I'm big on visioning. I'm big on clearing our false beliefs. I'm big on constantly being in the listening. I'm big on being completely truthful with ourselves and listening with our full being. What's true right now? What's unfolding? What's here? Is there something just being connected? It's beyond what I can even, put into words necessarily all the time. And then letting the structures reveal themselves, of how the structures, the mechanisms, the actions, letting them reveal themselves. They just become part of the dance. And it's a magnificent dance. There is no more ongoing heavy mental concerns all the time. But now you're in the dance. And it's just happening. You could just enjoy it. Can you let go that much? All right, well, I'm going to need to wrap it up there. If you want to learn more and get supports, tools to help you align with all this, get my free Meditate to Make Money meditation at yoursacredpurpose.com. There's opportunity to connect with me for energy scan consultation as well, right there at yoursacredpurpose.com. If you want to connect further with me and help me bear witness to the magnificence you are and what's wanting to unfold through your soul and your purpose and your world-changing vision. For those of you that know that's meant for you, or that you're wanting to unfold it to the next level. Okay, so yoursacredpurpose.com, get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation and more. And I'm just so grateful that you've tuned in today. Keep on tuning in, and we'll keep on rocking it here at Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Goodbye for now.
You're listening to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Wednesday and Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.